Any terrorist group has four characteristic features. First, the threat or use of violence. Second, a political, religious, ethnic, ideological objective, the wish to change the status quo. Third, the aim to spread fear by committing spectacular public acts. And fourth, the planned targeting of civilians. To use violence against civilians as well as armed government forces, terrorists need weapons. It is understood that no terrorist group can strike their targets without weapons. Ordinary people do not know where these terrorist groups get weapons from. However, knowledgeable people know that all terrorist groups are supported by different governments. There are governments which give money, weapons, and training to terrorist groups for various reasons. It is true in all cases. From the liberation tigers of Tamil Eelam to the Al Qaeda or the Islamic State, every terrorist group was backed by different governments for their vested interests. A government supporting a terrorist group is a terrorist organization itself. When a government creates a terrorist group, it becomes a serious issue. When a government, evidently a terrorist government, trains terrorists and give them weapons, it is usually to cause unrest in other countries. A terrorist group supported by an evil government start killing innocent civilians of other countries on the name of religion or ethnicity. Thus, a government supporting a terrorist group is a threat to world peace. In the beginning, terrorist supporter governments were providing their terrorist groups with small weapons like guns. Then they started giving them short range missiles and heavy machine guns. Then the world saw terrorists using tanks. Now such terrorist groups are just like a regular army. Islamic State is one example. A terrorist group cannot develop into a regular army without active support of a government. If a government sympathized to a terrorist outfit has guns, it will give guns to terrorists. If it has missiles, it will give missiles to terrorists. If it has tanks, it will give tanks to terrorists. Now, just think of such a government which has nuclear weapons. If a government sympathized to a terrorist organization has nuclear weapons, it definitely will provide nuclear weapons to the terrorist organization created by it. Even if a government does not give nuclear weapons to terrorists, there is always a possibility of terrorists getting control of nuclear weapons by force in such countries. It is understandable that terrorists will never hesitate to use nuclear weapons if they get hold on them. By using nuclear weapons, terrorists can wipe out entire cities and even small countries. A terrorist supporting government having nuclear weapons is a threat to world peace. Such a government is a big danger to entire human race. It is really a grave issue, so the world leaders should take this issue very seriously.